First Sip Brew Box is a one-of-a-kind subscription service for craft beer lovers based right here in Pittsburgh. Every month, First Sip will send you a box full of craft beer enthusiast essentials including t-shirts, glassware, and even food. Right now, our friends at First Sip Brew Box have an offer for you. Just sign up for a 3-month subscription and get your 4th month free. Just enter the code HOPUSA when you sign up at firstsipbrewbox.com. That's HOPUSA at checkout to get your 4th month free at firstsipbrewbox.com.
Woe to you, O earth and sea.
It's the Hop
Nation
USA Podcast. It's the Hop Nation USA Podcast, episode 87, back from Thanksgiving break.
Yes, that is American Thanksgiving rather than Canadian Thanksgiving.
I always wish I had a Canadian parent and an American parent to get 2 Thanksgivings.
So I know a child that has such a situation.
Lucky kid.
I know.
Yeah.
That kid is going to be so happy between October and November.
That kid rules.
You haven't even met him. You already know.
He was awesome.
So welcome back, Hop Nation. We are here.
Yes. It's me, your host, Steve.
And it's me, your host, Adam.
Yes. And there's nobody else here.
It's kind of lonely.
Yeah, well.
It's just the two of us.
Not everybody else came back from Thanksgiving break.
That's right. They're out drinking,
Drinking,
getting their drink on and that,
getting their stuffings and their leftovers in,
and their pumpkin pies.
their pumpkin pies.
Yes.
I don't like pumpkin pie.
Wait, what?
I don't love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love pumpkin pie.
I don't love it.
It's the best. That's the one thing. No, I take that back. That's like one of 8 things I look forward to.
I wouldn't even put pumpkin pie as best. Like, even if I liked it, I still wouldn't put it best.
It's tough. I'll put a top 5.
Yeah. Turkey won.
See, I wouldn't even put turkey 1.
No?
No. No. It's a 3-horse race.
Okay.
Between pumpkin pie, of course. Stuffing.
Stuffing's...
The good stuffing.
Like, my stuffing is I think is different from other people's stuffing.
Okay.
My stuffing's half meat.
Okay. All right. I'll support that.
It's half sausage, so...
And that sounds really good. I'm going to have to get that recipe out here. And the third thing is, of course, the sweet potatoes.
Okay. Yeah, sweet potatoes, they're up there for me. They're definitely above pumpkin pie.
See, I love the sweet potatoes, especially because that is one of the only ways that it is acceptable to have marshmallows with your dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So why wouldn't you love that?
Why the fuck not?
So we are moving on away from Thanksgiving, of course, into the Christmas and Kwanzaa and Hanukkah and Tet season. So, of course...
Always gotta try to celebrate Tet. You gotta stop that. You're
Why?
not Vietnamese.
Do you find it offensive?
Son of a bitch, you can't use that joke twice either.
Did I use that last time, too?
Yes, you used it last time it was brought up on the show.
Aw, that's a good joke.
It's the only joke.
I know!
There's only one joke about the Tet offensive, and you make it.
What other show can you find where the Tet offensive gets brought out in the first 3 minutes?
Dan Carlin ain't giving you this on Hardcore History.
Point made.
Keeps it all serious.
So, of course, we're going to talk about not Christmas beers, not Hanukkah beers, not Tet beers, but brown ales.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It makes no sense.
See the other way to frame it would be, you know what kind of season it is. It's time for dark beers, and everybody thinks, we're going to do another fucking stout episode.
Nope.
And then you give them the old Dusty Road Swerve and brown ales.
Get replaced by a computer.
They kick you on the butt and give you a watch.
30 years.
30 years. What kind of brown ale do we got there, Daddy?
So this comes from Comstock, Michigan. Of course, that is the home of Bell's Brewing. This is the best brown ale. It is an American brown ale. So, of course, we're going to start with the best.
Oh, okay.
Comstock, Michigan. You can't see it, but it's here on the mitten as I point to my hand.
Is it in the thumb or in the palm?
I actually don't know.
Oh, okay.
I assume it's in the palm somewhere.
All right.
I'll check. I'm not going to check.
You check. Fuck you. You do work.
That's right.
This is an interactive show. Google it.
Yeah. Pay attention, people. ABV, 5.8.
Okay.
I have no idea what the hop profile is. I know it uses generous amounts of American hops.
Oh.
And for a 12-ounce serving, it's 187 calories.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not terrible.
No, it's really not. Now, granted, it's no Guinness, but...
It's no Guinness, but still, I mean, that's just 27 more than like a pack of those little Oreos.
Yeah.
So there you
And
go.
you can enjoy this a lot more than a little pack of Oreos.
You probably would, yeah.
Or you can have both.
Or both. Yeah, but I mean, let's be serious.
Right. If you want some food pairings, I'm just ripping this completely off from the Bell's website.
Yeah, sure.
I'll
yeah.
admit that.
They give that info.
If you want a good food pairing, lamb and pork chops, sausage, steak. If you're into the cheese side of things for your charcuterie board, a nice aged Gouda. They say will go good well with this. If you want to get into the sweet side of things, caramel, maple syrup, and pears. I would say that would pair well.
Oh, God damn it. Just open that beer.
Okay.
Jeez. I feel like there's going to be a time, and it's probably going to be like maybe episode 157, somewhere in that area.
Okay.
You're going to say some shit like that, and I'm just going to have an aneurysm.
Well, I'd rather that happen than you come across the table swinging.
Yeah, well,
That's just me personally.
That's fine. Yeah, it's never that angering, but there's always just that little like thing in my brain where it trips something.
It's death by 1,000 cuts.
Right.
And 1,000 is coming right around the corner.
Right. And just one day it's just gonna be like the audience won't even hear it because I won't be able to edit the episode.
So yeah, if you don't hear an episode for a couple of weeks, that's probably what happened.
Show's over, folks. Adam punned me to death.
All right. Before that happens, let's continue talking about this beer from Bell's. The best brown ale. That's a lot of bees. The killer bees.
Killer bees, Wu-Tang. It's brown.
It's an ale.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely a good dark caramel, dark copper color.
Yeah, I would say more dark caramel, like burnt caramel. Yeah.
Not a bad looking unit. Head is minimal.
Tan.
Yeah, light tan.
On the nose, it smells a little bit caramelly as well.
It does. It's definitely on the malty side rather than the hoppy side, which, duh.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Good.
Yeah. Interesting.
I enjoy it.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm going to have to try it again.
Okay. So yeah, like pretty much everything signals caramel, and then there it is. Like it's looks a little bit like caramel, smells a little bit like caramel, tastes a little bit like caramel.
This is definitely this is a work truck beer.
Yeah, it's a work truck beer. It's a fried food beer.
Yeah.
This is a fried food beer, no doubt. I like it. It's probably would go. I don't remember everything you listed off, but honestly, this is like Friday Fresh Fry.
Yeah. This is they say aged Gouda, but what they really mean is fire hall.
Right. What they mean is you're going down to the fire hall.
Oh jeez. Go see Mabel.
I took my RAV4. I jumped in the RAV4. We went down onto the fire hall. And what did you know?
I mean, that is only one state over.
Pretty much.
So,
Yeah. So,
you know. Don't
it's
you
all-
know?
It's not so bad.
It's not so bad.
It's not so bad.
Speaking of not so bad, what do you say we get in some news and or notes?
Sure. It's good news from bad news?
Yes. A phoenix from the fire, as it were.
Yes. So, if you've been following the news in any capacity, you've heard about the fire in California. The campfire
Yes.
swallowed up something like 150,000 acres.
Just a monstrous amount of
Yeah.
land.
It's finally under control completely. I believe that happened like late last week, early this week.
Right. It is not out, but it is contained.
Oh, okay. It's 100% contained.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And obviously, because of that, a lot of people have lost their homes. There's a lot of people that were hurt, a lot of people that are missing. Just a lot of bad things all around because of that.
Right. Their lives have been essentially destroyed.
Right. A lot of Sierra Nevada employees were affected by the fire as well because of their close proximity to the fire. The brewery itself, escaped the fire. But people who go to the brewery and people who worked at the brewery and just people in the area were lost their homes and things. So Sierra Nevada has started a charity for that.
Yes. And of course their own special way.
Yeah, in their own special way. It's called the Resilience Charity, but part of the Resilience Charity is They are brewing a very special beer called the Resilience Butte County Proud IPA.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I assume that some of the proceeds from the sale of this go to
100%.
100%.
So 100% of all the sales of the Resilience IPA are going to go to the Campfire Relief Fund. And it's basically like an account set up at a community bank.
All right. So I'm gonna lead the receiver here.
Mm-hmm.
Where can somebody buy this beer?
Well, nowhere actually yet.
Okay, well, Stonehands dropped it.
Stonehenge dropped it. No, thank you. That's a Joe Flacco throw to the crowd.
Elite.
Yeah. The way it's working is as part of Giving Tuesday, which is now a new thing that has a name in the week of deals.
Yeah.
So we have Black Friday, we have Small Business Saturday. I don't know what happens Sunday. We have Cyber Monday, and now there's Giving Tuesday. That's when you're supposed to be making all your charity donations or whatever.
That's a bit much.
It's a a scheduled week of consumerism for you. Don't let it don't let it
You know what? You're right. I'm not gonna let this eat me.
don't let that eat you up. Just know that the business masters have decided how your week goes
Right.
after Thanksgiving. But in seriousness, they've decided that it's kind of like a tent pole for them to say we're going to brew this beer on Giving Tuesday. And part of the reason they did that is because it's not just Sierra Nevada.
Right.
There's over 1,000 breweries in America that have all decided they're going to brew a batch of the Resilience IPA.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is fantastic that the craft beer community has come together on this one recipe, this one cause. And yes, it is a huge cause. But that's just fantastic that everybody in the craft beer community is jumping in on this.
Right. So, Giving Tuesday is just kind of a good way for everybody to get on the same page and just brew it.
Right.
Make sure everybody's brewing it and fermenting it at the same rate. So.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense than just here's how we're starting it, here's how
Right.
we're going to release it, make it
Yeah.
happen.
Right. So the beer itself will actually come out late December. That's
Okay.
when it'll be available to buy at any number of these 1,000 breweries, I guess. And I'm assuming it'll go on tap at your local bars and such.
Right.
For a local angle in Pittsburgh, East End is participating. Mm-hmm. And then Pittsburgh adjacent, we have Levity in Indiana, and they'll be participating.
Yes, that is Indiana, PA, not
Yeah,
Indiana the
PA.
state.
No. Indiana the state, Three Floyds will be participating. So there you go.
Good point.
Also in PA, Pizza Boy, Trogs, and Tired Hands,
Okay.
just as a couple names.
Right. If you want to get into neighboring states, I know that Brewdog out of Columbus is participating, and AleCountry Brewing Company, who we've had on the show here a couple of times, out of AleCountry, New York, they're jumping in on this as well.
Yeah. A couple other breweries that, just generally that we like include Saugatuck, Odell, and Oscar Blues.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some high caliber breweries that are jumping in on this.
Yeah.
Regional breweries, national level breweries, and local breweries.
Right.
That's what I like about it is that all scales are jumping in on this.
Yeah. You mentioned all scales, and yes, there are some big corporate entities that people, aren't going to like.
I'm looking at you, 10 Barrel.
Yeah. Blue Moon is they're going to brew, and Goose Island is going to brew. So,
Okay.
and that includes like all of the different Goose Island arms. Like
Okay.
all the brew pubs they have. So like the one in Philly is going to brew it, as well as the one in Chicago, and
I feel like that's something we could put the pitchforks away for.
yeah, you can put the pitchforks away for that.
Yeah. We'll
Because
give 'em a pass.
Again, it's 100% of the
Right.
sales. So if you're in Philly and you see the Goose Island, if for some reason you get dragged to the brew pub,
Yeah, grab that one.
yeah, you get that one because it's going all to charity.
Right.
So you want a little profile in the beer.
Yes.
So the beer itself is going to be a 6.8% IPA.
Okay.
And 65 IBUs.
All right.
None of this sounds like it's going to be of interest to you.
It is not. It is not. However, I feel like this is the kind of beer that I could buy.
You choke one down for
Yeah, for the sake of charity. It's kind of
Yeah.
like taking a pie to the face.
or the ice bucket challenge.
Right. Exactly. It's for the greater good.
We found Adam's ice bucket challenge. He'll drink a Resilience IPA. The hops are Chinook and Centennial.
Okay.
Yeah. Overall, it seemed kind of like a standard IPA.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
But that makes sense as well.
It's a nice, easy, quick brew, I think, for everybody.
Right.
So, yeah.
And that's the other thing is that since it is covering essentially the entire United States, that you have to have something that isn't overly complicated.
Right. They couldn't say like strata hops with
Right. Exactly.
So the recipe is actually so simple that they have released a homebrew version.
Oh, really?
And it's up on the American Homebrewers Association website.
Okay.
We'll put a link up to it, I guess.
Sure. What the hell?
Point. But you can get the recipe off of there. The one thing I found interesting though is they actually changed the hop profile
For the homebrew?
Yeah.
How so?
They don't give the full recipe on the Sierra Nevada website. They just say they're using Chinook and Centennial.
Okay.
But if you go on the homebrew website and read the full recipe, there's no Chinook. It's all Cascade.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. There's a couple levels. Like there's a boil level, there's a whirlpool level, and then there's a dry hop.
Okay.
So it has like 3 hop additions using both hops.
I mean, it's not like Chinook and Centennial are rare hops that you can't find at your local homebrew store.
Right.
So I find that very interesting. There has to be a reason why.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Centennial is still part of the recipe.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know why the Chinook got taken out though.
Oh.
I say fuck it and use the Chinook if you're going to
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. The Homebrewers Association is pretty quick to point out that as a homebrewer, you can't sell. You're not allowed to sell. But if you wanted to set up a charity event, featuring...
Right.
You
to be
totally
able
could.
to, for tastings, perhaps.
Right. Yeah, you totally could.
Right.
But again, kind of keep with the spirit and remind, all proceeds should be going to
This
the
is
campfire.
this is not a way to angle in or make a little extra scratch.
Yeah. Don't be a dick about it.
Right. Just be cool for once in your life.
Yeah, but if you're thinking about it, there you have a reason, you have a recipe.
Yes.
And just get some of your other homebrewer friends together.
Yeah, make a day of it.
Yeah, this is something I could see Trash doing.
Yeah,
possibly.
Trash and Trub, they're our local homebrewing.
Yeah, those
groups.
are our clubs. Clubs in the local area. And then there's Beaver County Brewers, and
then there's Bash up there in Butler County.
Bash and the Butler, yeah. But yeah, that's something all of them could get into.
We'll hashtag all of them.
We'll get you all. You'll hear about it if you aren't already listening.
We're talking about you.
But yeah,
that is very cool.
I thought it was pretty cool. I also thought it was cool that that just a recipe went out for everybody.
Right.
Yeah. Seems like a simple recipe.
And like I said, I think that's the way to go.
Yeah. I honestly thought it would be kind of interesting, and I don't know, no promises on this.
Right.
I thought it would be interesting if we did a show where we compared a homebrew, and this is probably just like a bonus episode, but we compare like a homebrew version of it to a Pittsburgh brewed version to the Sierra Nevada brewed version.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. I can't promise that we could pull this off in any way. It just sounds like an interesting thing to do.
I would put that in the neat pile.
Yeah, neat. Did that happen? But yeah, that's our one news story, but I thought it was our biggest news story and the most worth talking about news story.
Yes, it definitely is. That's something I think deserves the spotlight.
Yeah.
Even if it is just our little corner of the globe.
Right.
Yeah, we still need to highlight it.
Yeah,
every candle counts.
I know we are a global show.
We are.
Sweden,
Canada,
see you. I wonder if there's any Canadian breweries. I didn't see any going
either?
through the list, but then again, it was a list of 1,000.
Right. Canadian breweries. If you're out there and you're listening and you're brewing this, let us know.
Step it up.
Get us on that Instagram.
Get us on that gram.
Yeah. Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. There.
Okay, and the Twitters.
Yeah, somebody might be able to reach you on Facebook or Twitter.
That's true.
Nobody's reaching you on Instagram.
Nope.
You barely reach me on Instagram. Unless I have a t-shirt to promote.
Speaking of...
what a segue.
That was lovely and smooth.
Right in there.
That is a big announcement here in the world of Hop Nation, or the Hop Nation.
Yeah. It's in the Hop Nation.
In the Hop Nation. We now have merchandise available.
Merchandising.
Yes, we finally reached Spaceballs 2.
Yes. Hop Nation, the t-shirt. So yeah, we opened the t-shirt store over, Thanksgiving, and it was open up for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Those deals are probably over by the time you're listening to this, but
Yes.
hey, Christmas is coming up right around the corner.
That's right.
We also have the Hop Nation t-shirt right now. We have the Yin's Brewing t-shirt,
Yes.
and we have 2 t-shirts just generally supporting independent brewing if you don't want to wear our logo,
Right.
but still want to support the show because we do to get a kickback of all that money.
Yes. So if you want to buy all of them,
Yes, also buy all of them.
for your friends or families or coworkers.
Yeah. I also left design options so you can get like t-shirts, mugs, hoodies. Like it's not just
Right.
t-shirts, but
I know there's stickers available there.
yeah, stickers $2.
Yeah. You sound like a street hustler.
I just did.
Stickers, $2.
$2.
But I am going to toot our own horn a little bit here. There's some nice ass designs. I had nothing to do with them. I will kick that back to the man on the 1s and 2s. That's Steve's doing. Well done.
Thank you.
They are some good looking shirts.
I've gotten some nice compliments from a lot of people, and I like them.
Same here.
Yeah, and I would like to just give a nice shout out to everybody who actually has bought. Like,
Yes.
We've had a number of people actually buy from us already, and props to all of them.
Yeah.
I never expected to actually sell anything.
Oh, yeah.
So selling things is good feeling.
So that is, they are the early adopters.
Yes. They got on the ground floor, but you can beat them by buying all the merch.
So we'll throw up a link where to get them on the Twitters, on the Instagrams, on the Facebooks.
Eventually, I'll change the webpage to
And
feature that as well.
Yes.
So
Check that out.
check it out. But right now, yeah, seriously, just go to tpublic.com/HopNationUSA for all your, or just search Hop Nation USA on TeePublic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
I think
both.
that's easier. I think that web address might not. I think there's an extra thing in there, an extra slash I missed, like a /store/Hop Nation.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna get that one.
Yeah, just search Hop Nation USA on tpublic.com.
Yeah. It's worth it. Ooh, that's our new slogan. Hop Nation. It's worth it.
It's worth it.
So speaking of worth it, this best brown ale by Bill's out of Comstock, Michigan.
Yes, it's worth it.
I'll be honest. At first, I didn't particularly like it.
Really?
I was kind of thrown off a little bit, but I have definitely warmed up to it. It has definitely grown on me in a very short amount of time, I might add. It took a couple of sips to kind of, maybe I just need to recalibrate it.
Okay.
After Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I had some good beers over Thanksgiving. I'll tell you about that off the air.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine like Thanksgiving, my birthday, and Christmas all kind of come within the same time.
Yeah.
So that's when I start hoarding those really high ABV killer stouts and shit like that. So yeah, I understand your taste buds getting thrown off.
Yeah, there were some big ABV beers in there. There were some big flavors in there. I'm sorry, Hop Nation. I'm not going to tell you about them.
No.
Screw you.
Not now.
In future episodes, maybe.
Email us at hopnationusa@gmail.com to find out what Adam was drinking. He'll email you back.
Man, if we had a Patreon, I could have just a separate episode of what's Adam drinking this weekend.
What Adam drink over Thanksgiving bonus episode.
But no, this best brown ale, I liked it. It's definitely grown on me. Yeah, I can dig it.
I mean, honestly, I've had it before, but I still enjoy it. I can't remember the last time I had one, but it's still good. So
Right.
yeah, and in general, I tend to like brown ales more than like say lagers and things like that.
Yeah.
They have that caramel flavor about them. They have that toastiness, but it's never too pronounced.
Right. And this style of beer, and this of course is personal opinion, I believe that this is a perfect style of beer to transition from fall into winter.
Yeah.
Because it has that caramel taste to it. It's
Right.
got that thicker mouthfeel than you would have with all your summer beers and things like that. And it's a good transition from your pumpkins and your Oktoberfest into, of course, stout weather.
Or if you're just a person who wants to skip pumpkins, you can do that too.
You can do that too.
Yeah.
I'm not your doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to skip Marzens and pumpkins and Oktoberfest and all that, you just go right into browns.
Yeah.
It's perfectly acceptable.
And honestly, you can just drink them all year round. They're a very utilitarian beer.
Yeah.
Thanks for the backup.
I mean, I half-hearted agree. I'd still think like maybe like July and August. I wouldn't pick
All
one
right,
up.
that might be a bit strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pick one up.
If you're in air conditioning, maybe.
If I'm in air conditioning, I'll drink anything. But
True.
if I'm at a tailgate, this is not a tailgate.
It is not a tailgater. I will grant you that.
It's a winter football tailgater.
Yes.
It's not a baseball tailgater.
This is like a good homecoming beer.
Yeah, it's a homecoming beer. That's a good one too. Yeah, there you go.
I think we've heaped enough accolades onto this beer.
Well, and brown ales in general.
Right.
Those are your uses.
Yes. Go ye forth and be a good beer. All right, what do you say we take a quick break?
Quick break.
Quick break.
Quick break.
Quick read.
Break.
Merper. Back in a minute. Check this out. There's a Seattle company called Devore that enables discovery of new and exciting beers and breweries. Devore gets the best independent beer from literally around the world. Denmark, New Zealand, Belgium, and of course everywhere in the US. The app is incredibly simple to use to get some ridiculously good beers delivered right to your door.
And right now, anyone who signs up with the code HOPNATION can save $10 off their order of over $25. That's TAVOUR.com. Tavor. Welcome back to episode 87 of the Hop Nation USA podcast. This week it's brown ales. Giving you a dusty road swerve because we're not talking about stout, daddy.
Ah.
It's cold out, and you'd think this is the time where I would just be insisting that we do Southern Tier creme brulee for all 3 segments.
Well, it's not quite the Christmas episode.
Not Crimbus,
So
but
that might be your combination Christmas and birthday present.
okay.
I'm not hearing a no from the audience.
No. Everybody's way okay with me just getting creme brulee drunk all the time? Yeah, all right then. Thanks for the feedback, folks.
So what's different from this one, from the last one? Well, the first one was from the front left of the pack. This one's from the back right.
This one was from JR's, and this one was from Market District.
Note the subtle differences.
This one was on the JR's Growler.
All right, what are we drinking next?
All right, to get back to this shit, we have Ellie's Brown Ale from Avery Brewing out of Boulder, Colorado. Mm-hmm. I don't think anybody's ever called Avery shit ever. So.
No, and if they have, they were lying.
Yeah, they were lying for their damn teeth. This, though, is their brown ale offering, obviously, because that's the theme. Mm-hmm. And it's 5.5% on the alcohol, 20 on the IBUs. And just for your knowledge there, Adam, it's bittered with the cluster hop.
Okay.
And then they add Cascade and Fuggles.
Yeah, buddy.
For their aroma.
Avery, what's it like to ride that rocket to the top?
Mm-hmm. They want to get on that Fuggle life. On the can, there's a picture of a chocolate lab, also known as a brown dog.
Wow.
It's actually a picture of the owner, Adam Avery's chocolate lab.
Okay.
So it's a specific chocolate lab. It's not just some dog they found in the streets.
It's some rando dog.
Yeah.
You'll do. Get over here.
Hey, dog, look at this.
Good job. Here's your biscuit. Hey, dog, get over here.
Hey, dog, come here. That's how I address most animals in my life.
What's your success rate?
Yeah, pretty good, actually.
All right.
I think it's because I smell like food. I'm usually carrying food.
Nice. Then you are every dog's friend.
Yeah. You're just carrying a hoagie, yelling at a dog. Dog, come over.
Living that Pittsburgh life.
That's right. Hey, dog, come here.
Get away from my hoagie.
I gave you pepperoni.
One pepperoni.
Yeah, I'll give you one pepperoni off this pizza. Let me pet you.
It's a good trade.
Yeah.
That is a good trade. I don't care who you are.
I don't pet this dog. Hold up.
Stop everything.
Everybody stop everything. I gotta pet this dog real quick. That dog's being a jag. It growled at me.
I feel like that was the actual death of the steel industry in this city.
A bunch of guys out by a food truck.
Just petting dogs instead.
Yeah, just petting dogs.
Guys, get in here. Shift's over. Nope.
You're late for your shift. Stop petting that dog. Hold on. Give me a minute. All right, looking at... Let's actually talk about what we're supposed to be talking about.
Instead of just going off the rails.
Yeah.
That weren't made because men were too busy petting dogs.
That's right. What do you think this is? Some sort of comedy and craft podcast?
All right, let's get back to the Ellie's Brown Ale. It's a bit darker.
Yeah, it's darker
than the best brown ale from Bell's.
It's more brown. Like, I think the best brown, or Yeah, the best brown from Bell's. Mm-hmm. It had like a little bit more of a red to it.
It did.
This one just looks like straight brown.
This one kind of looks like a chocolate lab.
Yeah, it looks like chocolate. Mm-hmm. On the nose, it's way more malty.
It is. It doesn't have any sharpness to it whatsoever.
Yeah, there's no sharpness. There's no like, not even like getting caramel notes either.
Yeah, it just kind of just gives you a good straight malt smell.
Yeah, it just smells like beer. Like, sorry people, sometimes things just smell like beer.
Use your imagination. Here is one building block. I'm telling you what, I like this beer.
Yeah, on the flavor though, it has like a little bit more of a chocolatiness.
It definitely does. Yeah. It's a bit more mellow than the Bell's. Mm-hmm. Not that the Bell's is a bad thing, but this is a bit more mellow. This is
yeah, this is way more easy drinking.
Yeah.
The Bell's had like a little bit of a toastiness to it. And this one doesn't so much. It's just more like mellow and a little bit of chocolate.
It has a touch of toast, but it is certainly not prevalent.
No.
That's a good beer.
Yeah, this is a good beer too.
You done good, Al.
Hey, this is a good beer. Hey, Avery made a good beer.
Yeah. Color us shocked.
Sky's still blue, isn't it?
This just in, water's still wet. So what would happen if you got this beer in a growler?
Oh, it would be a growling brown dog.
Ah.
I guess. I don't know.
Listen, there's a joke in there somewhere.
It's just a brown ale.
Listen up, listener.
There's a joke in there somewhere. We didn't make it. You make it.
Yeah.
Do your work. This is your segment 2 homework. Segment 1, look up where Comstock, Michigan is. Segment 2, do the joke.
And you can email us that joke at hopnationusa@gmail.com.
Wait to find out what homework is for segment 3, though. Don't mail us incomplete work. We're going to be upset about that.
Or else you're going to get it 0 and no pumpkin sticker.
Don't be a jag. Do your homework. Good beer.
Yeah.
We'll just come back to it at the end, and we'll probably both say it's still good. So
yeah, no surprises here.
Yeah, don't worry about that. For now, though, we wanted to do almost a little bit of a Q&A session.
Yes, amongst ourselves.
We put it out there from time to time, asking for people to send us their beer questions, their home brewing questions, things of that nature, but we don't always get the best responses. So we have to pull from stupid-ass Beer Advocate.
We'll do it our own damn selves.
Yeah, that's right. We'll source this like my brother and me. The McElroy brothers can pull from Yahoo. We can pull from Beer Advocate.
So we're going to steal the segment of stealing questions.
That's right.
Is that like a double negative?
Yes.
Okay.
It's double theft. You go to double jail and double hell for it.
Double hell. That's 4 hockey sticks.
That's 4 hockey sticks. Hell.
That's too many hockey sticks.
So yeah, we're going to be taking some questions from Beer Advocate here.
Duels.
And the first one is actually a concern of mine.
Okay.
It's not so much a actual question, it's more of a rhetorical, I think. But the title is simply Chugging Craft Beer. Why? ?
Okay, what the heck is he talking about there?
So I don't know if you've noticed this trend or not, but I totally have.
All right.
Being on the Facebook.
I try to avoid that.
Well, yeah, and you should.
Right.
I try to be on Facebook to promote the show within like craft beer circles and things like that. Mm-hmm. I've been noticing, though, there's been a influx of people who are chugging beer. And it's not chugging shit beer, it's chugging craft beer.
Okay.
Chugging really, really good beer, too.
Oh, like the limited releases, the stand-in-line stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, chugging stand-in-line shit.
Trade bait.
The one I saw, and I think it might be kind of the patient zero, the epicenter of all this trash.
That guy.
This trash behavior. This guy chugged a bottle of Utopias from Sam Adams.
Why? How? No.
Yeah.
That's just poor economics.
Right. Did it for those, those clicks and those thumbs ups.
Those fake internet points.
Right. In case you're not aware, Utopias is the 27% beer that is also $200 a bottle.
Right.
And it only comes out very limited release batch.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I seem to remember, and it might have been a bit of a racket. I'm not going to get into that conversation. But I believe it was last year during Pittsburgh Craft Beer Week, there was some Utopias available as part of an event where you could taste it.
I don't know if it was last year, but...
No, I think it was 2017.
I think it was either 2017 or 2016. But yeah, it happened.
Right, it happened where
Right, it happened,
there was a specific tasting event so that Utopias was available.
Yeah.
And it cost like $20 a glass or something like that. And it even wasn't even a 12-ounce pour.
No, I think it was something in the realm of a 2 to 4 ounce.
Yeah. It was taster territory.
Yeah, it was little tiny baby bits. Mm-hmm. And again, that's because the bottle is $200.
Right.
So yeah, this guy, he obviously had some kind of sponsorship or whatever.
He better have.
I don't even remember his name, and even if I did, I wouldn't give it out because I don't want to give him any kind of social media, like...
Don't give him that Hop Nation bump.
And I'm not going to give... Yeah. the people that are listening, I'm sure his audience may be bigger than ours. I don't know. It has to be for him to get Utopias and us not get Utopias.
Right.
That's how it has to be.
Hint, hint, Sam Adams.
Stupid Sam Adams.
Stupid, sexy Sam Adams.
We're nice to you sometimes.
Yeah. Be nice to us.
I said the cherry wheat's pretty good. It was my first drinking beer. You give us no Utopias? But yeah, from there, it just, on social media, it's more and more. People are just pounding. Sometimes it's just regular shit, but it's still craft beer. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's really expensive stuff.
So they're not enjoying it. They're not.
No.
They're doing it for, hey, look at me.
Yeah. There's a lot of, hey, look at me to this. And in a way, it almost feels like the complete opposite of, oh, those Jags out there who like to cellar their beers forever.
True.
Like, this is the direct response to it because they're just consuming it immediately and not even enjoying it.
Right. They are the extremes. And I'll admit, I'm not entirely sure I like either extreme.
Well, no, because neither extreme is actually enjoying the beer.
Right.
One is not drinking it, and one is drinking it so fast that you don't actually
right.
like it.
One is looking for fake internet points, and the other one is trying to do some pointless dick swinging.
Yeah. Also, still fake internet points because you could post a picture of your cellar and be like, look at this vertical I have of Goose Island, all dating all the way back to 1993. How big my dick is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't care to. I'm pretty sure at some point in time there's going to be the little picture of Old Man Yells at Cloud with us talking about this.
Right. Sure. I feel like I'm that way all the time. So
yeah. Well, you know what? We've earned it.
So to answer your question, Beer Stan on Beer Advocate, the answer is for Dick Swinging Internet Points.
Band name called it.
Dick Swinging Internet Points?
Yeah.
That band sounds like it has a keytar in it.
It definitely has a keytar in it.
Band has a keytar.
Yeah, and somebody is wearing a suit with the sleeves rolled up.
All right, what did you find on Beer Advocate? How can we help this person?
So
we helped Beer Stan.
This person, who is Raul Mondesi.
Okay, let's help Raul.
Yes. So he is looking for a beer that sets you at peace.
Peace beer.
Yes, a peace beer. Something that after a shitty day, a long day, just an awful day, what beer do you go for that just sets everything at ease? The weight of the world is lifted off of you because of this beer. That's my come down beer.
I don't know. That's kind of hard for me because I have a lot of usages for kind of beers like that because there's some days where it's just like, oh, I just had a hard day at work. Mm-hmm. And then there's some days where I had a really hard day at work.
And then there's some days that are just plain shitty.
Right.
So I've got a couple in the chamber on that one as well.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw this out here as a bit of a qualifier. I'm going to take all homebrews out.
Okay.
Obviously, us being homebrewers, drinking your own supply, that is therapeutic in and of itself.
It is.
But I'm going to take that out of the equation just for simplicity's sake. Because my homebrew is different from Steve's, which is different from yours, which is different from Dennis's, which is different from Bubba's.
Right.
And Sam's.
And Sam's.
And Kelsey.
Kelsey doesn't homebrew.
Yet.
We don't let her.
Wait a minute.
Not because she's a woman. We just don't let her.
Actually, she's been asking. We just haven't.
Exactly.
We haven't been able to match up schedules.
Yeah, no, that's just us being rude and not letting her.
Yeah, it's our fault, really.
Yeah, no, it's not because she's a woman. We totally let Haley homebrew.
Mm-hmm. What?
See, that's how you take you fish the audience in. You say something mildly sexist that makes them mad. And then you draw it back, but then you throw something out equally as sexist. you got to fish them in. You got to reel them back and forth.
That reminds me of the classic Norm Macdonald on Weekend Update, talking about women.
Oh yeah,
being bad drivers, and he made a sexist joke. He's like, "Now what are you gonna say if I told you that a woman wrote that joke?" He's like, "Now you don't know what the hell to think."
Yeah.
He's like, "I'm just kidding. We don't hire women."
Yeah.
I love that.
Exactly.
That is classic Norm Macdonald right there.
You know, I know the school of Norm Macdonald. That's, but
Yeah, he's a jerk. So for me, to get back on track here, there's a couple of beers that I have in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Number one is, and I think we might have this on the show here in a couple of months, but the Winter Solstice
okay.
by Anderson Valley.
Yeah.
That to me, especially during this time of year, because it's a seasonal beer, of course. The Winter Solstice to me is a beer that I use to relax. It's a good beer. It's, the ABV is a little bit higher, so that, calms the nerves as well.
Yeah.
It's a good tasting beer. And it always reminds me of sitting in a cabin next to a campfire, or next to a fire. Mm-hmm. To me, that beer represents sitting by the fire, relaxing in a cabin, and you have no worries.
Fair enough, yeah.
That is what I use for that. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, yeah, that makes
So
sense.
you have one, Steve, and then I'll come back with the second one.
I've got like two
Okay.
I can think of. So one of them is actually, and I don't drink it that often, but anytime I do drink it, it's like good vibes. Mm-hmm. But it's actually the left-hand Good Juju.
Okay.
It's just like a ginger beer. I don't know, I got a thing for ginger. I'm into it.
That's fine. You're allowed.
But it's a pretty light beer in overall. Mm-hmm. And the lightness just is like relaxing, and ginger, like the ginger flavor is relaxing. Just overall, the beer is kind of really well made, and I just like it that much.
Okay.
So those are for like light stress days.
Okay.
That's a light stress day.
I gotcha.
Is a good juju.
I gotcha. For me, and again, this is one I don't drink that often, but when I do, you're right. It's a good vibes beer, and that is actually the Hefeweizen by Francis Connor.
Okay, yeah.
That one to me that's a you know what, the bad times are over. It's time to have some good times beer. Well, that is a pick me up
Right.
kind of beer. It pulls me out of the doldrums because I know if I'm drinking this beer, that means I'm going to have a good time.
Yeah, and plus in general, like Hefeweizen, that's like your style.
Exactly.
And it has flavors that speak to you, like the same way the Good Juju has ginger in it, and that speaks to me. Like that.
It's in the wheelhouse.
Yeah, like I would also put the Earl by Caution Brewing on the exact same level as the Good Juju because again, I like English tea. Mm-hmm. So an English tea beer that actually tastes good is also just like, chill out time.
Yeah.
And that one also reminds me of going to Colorado.
Oh.
Which I was high a lot.
Yeah. So I do have to give a special shout out to Southern Tier and their Blackwater series. Because come on.
So yeah,
some of their beers are big hitters.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go.
Oh,
we're on the same page.
I'm sorry, I completely stole your thunder there.
It's not stealing my thunder. We're just on the same page. I think if you're having a bad day, you can reach for a thick mint, a Samoa, a creme brulee.
Yeah, any of those.
Cherry cordial.
Yes, get in. The mocha is a bit controversial.
I kind of like the mocha. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's not my go-to. But
no, I don't love the chocolate. I actually like the chocolate orange.
I've heard differing opinions on that. I like it as well.
Yeah.
It is not top of the list, but it's certainly not at the bottom.
Yeah. For me, it's always thick mint and creme brulee. Those are 1 and 2.
I got to go creme brulee and I got to go Samoa this.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're having like a shit day, like the 10% ABV and the fact that it's the dessert.
Yeah.
Like that's just drunken fatty time.
Yeah.
Like, that's all that is. And that'll melt every problem away.
Yes. Yes. That's a good tagline for Southern Tier. Let us melt your problems away.
I don't think alcohol is allowed to say that anymore. Maybe in the 50s?
Maybe.
When doctors still promoted smoking?
That's right. Your prescription is 2 packs of Chesterfields a week.
Right.
We're going to ease you into this.
Yeah. Well, back in the day, they could probably say that.
Damn it, I'm a Lucky Strike man. I want a second
Strikes.
opinion. So yeah, there's a little inside scoop into what we do to come out of the doldrums.
So there you go, Roll. There's your answers.
Yields.
Find flavors that you like already, or just get really boozy desserts. 1 and 2.
Yeah. Or both.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
We got time for one more?
Okay.
Oh, that was a question?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. That was a question?
It was a question, yes.
Was it a question?
So, yes, is what I'm hearing.
We got time for one more? We got time for as many as we want. I don't know.
That's true. You are editing this.
Yeah.
You run the show.
I can put as many or as little in as we want.
Let's do one more.
All right, so we got a question coming in from Hop Hugger. Why are some breweries unable to brew great beers? And it's pretty simple answer. A lot of breweries are built on Indian burial grounds, so they're cursed. Some are in haunted firehouses, which are also cursed.
I don't have a good response to that. You covered all the bases.
These are just facts. Some places are haunted. Get over it.
Just get over it. Just go find another place to brew. You'll be fine.
Just get over it. Some places are haunted. NBD.
All right, I think we got time for one more. One more. That was a pretty quick one. Yeah.
A real one? Ghosts are real, though, so don't let people tell you otherwise. All right. Rioan from Tennessee wants to know, why are some of the best beers seasonal?
So I have a thought on that.
Go ahead.
As compared to
I'm glad you do.
I mean, that's kind of the point of this whole thing, isn't it?
There would be dead silence otherwise.
I'm just going to sit here and look at this dog on this can for about 8 minutes, and then we're going to stop. But no, my thought on this is a lot of the seasonal beers, two prongs on this. Number one, tradition.
Uh-huh.
Oktoberfest, obviously, it is steeped in tradition. No pun intended.
Oh.
To be released when it was, so you're going to have that. In addition to that, I think there is a lot of effort that goes into the seasonal beers, a lot of the big beers.
Mm-hmm.
My thought immediately goes to the big stouts, the big porters, your big flagship beers. Or
even your 120 minute.
Yes, yes.
It's a big IPA, but, it takes a hell of a lot longer to
it
brew
takes
than
time, right? And that ties up production of other beers that can be enjoyed year round.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thought. It's just tradition, and it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. You don't necessarily want to do it all the time.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I have an alternate theory to that as well, though.
Okay.
You just don't have it all the time.
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it goes along with what you're saying. Like, it takes more time. You don't get it as often. It's
right.
seasonal. But, you just don't drink it all the fucking time, so you don't get tired of it.
Right. Right. Yeah, exactly. If you had, a KBS sitting in front of you all year round,
right,
you're going to get sick and tired of it.
People can't stop not bitching about KBS now. Could you imagine if they had KBS all the time? They'd bitch about it.
Right.
I haven't really put any time or thought to look into it, but
nor have I. Not that I'm against it.
Well, I was going to say because they switched the Backwoods Bastard to an all-year beer now,
and now it's just kind of got lost in the masses.
Right. It's still out there. I don't drink it that much, but I'm sure if I look hard enough, people are bitching about it.
I'm sure of it.
Yeah, or they're not as impressed or anything. So you gotta hide some of this stuff for a while.
Right. If it was Christmas every day,
yeah,
then it loses all meaning.
That's right.
Damn it. Yeah,
you can't have good all the time.
You have to have something to look forward to.
That's right.
So quit your bitching.
That's your answer.
Sit down.
That's your answer, Owen. Because they take more time to brew and they actually put some care into it. Mm-hmm. Going back to the Resilience IPA, it's a pretty simple recipe.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's a fine beer, but it's not going to blow your socks off.
No.
It's just that's a good IPA.
Right. And then you move on.
Yeah. But if you have a 120 minute, you're having a 120 minute.
Yeah. That's an occasion.
Right. It stands out.
Yeah.
I think people soured on zombie dust for the same reason.
I never liked it in the first place.
Well, yeah.
So
I'm just throwing that one out to the ether.
That's fair. That's fair.
That one's just anybody want to back me up on that? Zombie dust is too easy to get now, so people hate it.
It is. It should be illegal.
Illegal. Should only be sold one day a year. You have to stay
in a random state that nobody knows about till the day of.
You got to compete in the Hunger Games to get it.
That's right. You had to talk to some Frenchman who doesn't speak English and doesn't understand why people want that beer. He's just a confused man in a convenience store in Topeka.
Wait, are you just describing the plot to Rat Race? I forget.
It's a race.
All right.
Yeah, let's get...
Those are some answers.
Yes.
Those are some answers for your beer questions. Beer advocate. Hopefully you're listening to the show or not. I don't care.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. Well, hey, those answers those questions for other people who are listening to us.
Yes.
Our fine, wonderful listeners who actually buy our T-shirts on TeePublic.
Hint, hint. All right, let's get back to the beer here. Mm-hmm. The Ellie's Brown Ale by Avery.
Yes.
Just so you know, it is lab tested.
Ha.
Yes.
That's the joke on the can.
I didn't come up with that. I'm not that smart. Good beer.
You had that Ted offensive joke.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah, this is good beer.
Very smooth. Mm-hmm. Got that chocolate taste to it, but without being a chocolate beer.
Yeah. I said the last beer was like a fish fry beer. Mm-hmm. I don't think this one's kind of a fish fry beer.
I don't either.
This one's like too mellow, and I don't want to say desserty, but it's just too mellow for like harsh fried food.
This kind of seems like the beer that you would drink whenever, say, your grandma made a fresh batch of chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
On just, a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, no, it totally pairs with dessert, like chocolate pudding.
But I mean, that's what I mean. That's kind of the occasion where it's not quite dinner, it's not quite fish fry, but it's still kind of a special occasion.
Yeah.
What is it's a special occasion to you,
right?
Because grandma's cookies are the best.
I guess
they are. That's law.
Honestly, it was my mom's cookies that were the best.
Okay, all right, that's fair. I'll accept that, but that is law.
Yeah. So
somebody in your ancestry makes the best cookies. Period.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
So what do you say we take a quick break, check the lab results.
Oh, God.
And come back.
God damn it.
Yes.
597.
I'm Megan.
I'm RJ.
And we host Oh No Lit Class, a comedy literature podcast that tells you all the strange and sexy facts you never knew about the books you had to read in school.
Every episode is a fun, foul-mouthed spark notes for your ears, filled with author bios, plot summaries, bad impressions, and Megan singing.
It's mostly you that sings.
No, I sing well, she sings poorly.
That's not true. So come listen to us ruin classic literature one book at a time at ohnolitclass.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh No Lit Class. We're for kids.
No, we're not.
It's episode 87 of the Hop Nation USA podcast. And we're doing brown ales.
Yes.
For the season.
Of drinking.
Well, season of drinking is whenever.
Yeah, exactly. It never stops.
It never ends.
Right.
You got to be real careful. I almost went into like a nihilist Arby's area. It never ends until it does.
And then there is nothingness. Woof.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you want to lighten the mood a little bit?
Yeah, boy.
You know what it's time for?
More beer?
No.
Oh.
References.
Sporting Man reference.
Sporting Man reference. It's 87. It's Pittsburgh. Of course, we have to include number 87, Sidney Crosby. It is, of course, the Sidney Crosby episode.
Mm-hmm. Future Hall of Famer, Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, they could probably put him in the Hall of Fame right now. It's still playing.
He's a first ballot.
Yeah.
That's an easy.
That's a layup.
Yeah.
Not a tip in.
The question is, does Gino go in the same year?
I would like to think so.
Yeah.
I think that would be fantastic if they both got in the same year on the same ballot.
And they just got they have a big celebration with a dragon with two heads, and
That'd be fantastic.
Mario's there. And,
yeah.
look what I built.
This is my empire.
All right.
The Mario Pyre. All right.
What is the next beer, Adam?
So this is a beer out of the great state of Kentucky.
Which might be our first Kentucky beer.
Unless
somebody wants to fact check me. There's your homework for segment 3, everybody.
There you go.
Is this our first Kentucky beer?
Tell us if we're right.
Yeah.
This comes from Country Boy Brewing.
Because I don't think we drink that Alltech trash.
Not on the show now.
Yeah, not on the show.
They are out of Lexington, Kentucky.
Lexington?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We are drinking the Shotgun Wedding.
Oh.
Yes.
That sounds very appropriate for the area.
Mm-hmm. It is a brown ale, appropriate for the episode, aged on vanilla beans.
Neat.
Yes. Comes in at 5.3%.
Okay.
And in a 12-ounce can.
Yes.
No idea on IBUs.
Who cares?
Exactly.
Who cares?
Exactly. So, here's something interesting.
Yes.
So, I'm getting some conflicting information.
Cool.
I don't know Kentucky that well.
Neither do I.
However, one source says that Country Boy is out of Lexington, Kentucky. Another source says they are out of Georgetown, Kentucky.
Okay.
I don't know if one's a suburb or not.
You're right.
So, Country Boy, let us know where you're at.
Where you be?
What's your deal?
Where you be?
And we mean
How
that in the nicest way possible.
What's your fucking deal?
What's your deal? So this is a beer that was actually a gift from a good friend of mine, Derek.
Oh.
Good friend of mine, listener of the show.
Also a homebrewer.
Also a homebrewer. Yes, he has made some fantastic beers in the past.
I know Derek.
Yes, good people.
Yeah.
Good people, Derek is.
Thanks.
Yeah, pretty much. Thanks. We're going to crack this bad boy open, and we're going to put it on the show, put it out there.
Okay. Pour it up. While Adam's pouring this up, if you want to send us beer, just get in contact with us. Send us beer. It's easy as that.
Yeah, don't try to email us the beer.
Yeah, don't email us beer. Don't Twitter us beer.
Right. Because if I'm not allowed to download a car, I'm not going to download a beer.
I can't 3D print beer yet.
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 All right, let's get back to this country boy. Shotgun Wedding.
It looks a little bit lighter than the Ellie's.
It does. It kind of, I don't want to say it looks dirty because that's mean sounding,
No, it looks dirty.
but it's kind of, yeah, it doesn't have a.
I don't. In the case of things from Kentucky named Shotgun Wedding, if there's not an ATV,
Right.
with mud on the wheels,
It's not a shotgun wedding.
I would be surprised.
Yes. We really need to cut back on the bashing here.
I'm not bashing. That's a thing. Just people like ATVs and mud.
It's true. I mean, that's a Pennsylvania thing, too. That's a
Yeah.
West Virginia thing.
Yeah, that's my neighbors down the road thing.
That's both Canada and America thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mudding,
Mud. You're right.
Mud.
Go to Yankee Lake. You're mudding.
mudding.
So this beer is a little bit lighter. It smells very interesting. I kind of like it.
It smells conflicting.
How so?
I don't know. Just like it has a little bit of vanilla sweetness, but then like the maltiness kind of cuts it.
So funny you mentioned that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they say.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they say that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I've not seen this can.
So
What does the can say?
I'll give you the full rundown here.
Oh.
Go ahead, pop the top. Do something spontaneous. This light
We've done
brown,
this.
yeah,
Done.
this light brown ale aged on real vanilla beans is sure to become one of your favorites. Here's the key: just enough malt to balance the sweetness of the vanilla. Shotgun Wedding is a decision that you will never regret.
Okay.
So you called it,
Yeah.
even without reading the can.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Let's drink it.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that.
I do too.
That works.
Yeah, good job, country boy.
Good boy.
No, again, no, no, no.
I'm not bashing them. That's just how they sound.
You know? I feel there's a Kaiser Blade Sling Blade joke in here, but I'm gonna skip right over that.
Where was that movie supposed to take place?
I have no idea.
Damn. It's a good movie, though.
Yeah, not too shabby.
And that my biscuits with mustard.
We're not gonna let that go, are you? All right. No, country boy, this is a good beer.
Yeah, it is.
Wherever you're from.
Whatever part of Kentucky he's from, I imagine that they probably have some barrel aged offering.
We can look into that.
I don't know why they wouldn't. I would hope though.
This would actually be a pretty decent barrel aging beer.
Oh yeah, totally would be.
Yeah, this right in the wheelhouse.
Yeah, my hope, country boy, if you're listening, if you have a mint julep beer,
Oh damn.
please send, please, because I had the mint julep from Dogfish Head. Or Flying Dog, actually. 'Cause
Yeah.
They're the ones that do the brew house rarities. And they made a mint julep a couple years ago. And no thank you.
It's time for the redemption.
Yeah, I need somebody from Kentucky who knows what the fudge they're doing. Who knows what a mint julep actually tastes like.
Right. And I feel like
Oh, could you imagine aged on the proper barrels?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So funny you mentioned that is because according to one source,
Untapped.
it's on tap. The brown ale is brewed with bourbon-soaked vanilla beans.
Okay.
So you're making your tincture.
Right on. Yeah.
So yeah, the bourbon's already included in this.
Nice.
But if you did the bourbon barrel-aged Shotgun Wedding, sign me up.
That would work. So
Yeah.
country boy, if you're not making this, you have to
Yes.
now because we said it. Barrel age this beer, then make a mint julep, and then barrel age that as well, and then send all three. We'll do an episode for you.
We could just go there.
I don't want to like to travel, despite actually having been to the Kentucky Derby before.
Kentucky is a fine state.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. We went through all the time when we go through Bonnaroo. We'd
Yeah.
always go through Kentucky, and
Yeah.
then we actually went to the Derby as well.
Good times. That's one of the best days I've had.
That was a good day. You made money.
Yeah. I didn't-
Stupid orb, that piece of shit.
No, that horse made me good money. Made other people money too,
Didn't make me no money.
because I made poor bets that turned out. That's a whole other story.
Didn't it make Derek money?
It did.
Yeah, so there you go.
Oh, there we go.
That's how it all ties back together.
All
Derek, who
coming
brought us
together.
this beer from Kentucky.
You are welcome.
All right. Well, I have just a little fun segment for us.
Okay.
And this comes about because I was at a little beer tasting at Patrick's Pub monthly.
Yes.
Check it out, a little tasting.com.
Yes.
Join us at Patrick's Pub every month,
Except for next month.
except for next month, which is down at Cobble House.
Right.
Yeah, but we were at the tasting, and I noticed a lot of people were still using Untapped. And we don't really use Untapped anymore, with the exception of research for the show.
Right. Admittedly, I'll still use it.
Yeah.
I do use it, but I use it a bit more sparingly
Yeah.
than I have.
And I haven't checked into beer since May. I got to thinking, it's like, if I'm not using Untapped, is there a beer app out there that I would use?
Right.
And so I started getting into the marketplace.
Okay.
And I've collated a number of beer apps out there, and I've given them all reviews.
Oh, okay. So you're turning it right back at him.
I'm turning it right back at them.
I like it.
I'm reviewing the beer review apps. Take that.
Let's hear it. What do you got?
Take this
Who's number one on the chopping
Take
block?
this technology. So actually, they're not all beer review apps, though.
Okay.
The first one I want to talk about, though, is called Drizzly.
Drizzly?
Drizzly.
That sounds like a chocolatier app.
Yeah, sounds like a chocolatier app, but it's not.
All right.
It's not. What it actually is Uber Eats for booze.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can get beer of all sorts and varieties and crafts. You can get booze of bourbon,
Okay.
tequila, wine,
Oh.
all of that stuff.
How does that work?
They just deliver it to you like Uber Eats.
See, that sounds like essentially they streamlined tipping the pizza guy, throwing him an extra 20 to tell him to pick up a six-pack on the way
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they did. They streamlined that. They offer, the website says, a guaranteed hour delivery, but most deliveries, are within 20 to 40 minutes.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So how does that work? Do they have to have a partnership with say a brewery or a distributor or six-pack shop?
Something like that, yeah. Or they just know, where to pick that stuff up at, yeah.
So
I think it's like distributors have to.
So I assume they used it based on your location. They know what is available around. Actually, that wouldn't be bad just in general.
Right.
You could just use that to, oh, it's there? I'll go there. You
Right.
know.
Yeah. They just kind of use it based on the area.
Huh.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
it's not available in Pittsburgh.
Really?
Yeah, so -4 stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fine idea. I can't get it here. -4 stars.
Where is it available? I assume New York, LA, Chicago,
I honestly,
Miami.
I tried a couple addresses.
Rapid City.
New York didn't seem to work. San Diego worked, so that was fine.
Oh, of course, San Diego.
Yeah, I was
of
like-
course, San Diego.
Yeah, I was like, look, I just got to go to San Diego. I'll check that out.
Yeah.
San Diego worked, so yeah. But prices also varied pretty heavily, and like availabilities were kind of weird. So yeah, it's good in theory, but I don't know if it's worth it.
Gotcha.
So the next one I found was called Beer Pad.
Okay.
And Beer Pad seems like it started as a notepad.
All right.
And like it was a big selling point of like you could just write down on a notepad and then it would autocorrect.
Okay.
And it would autocorrect and autocomplete for you.
Okay.
So that sounds stupid.
However,
However, then they just became a Untapped clone.
how do you make that transition?
And they just started adding all the features that Untapped has.
Oh, so
Yeah.
they copycatted.
Right. But they still have this beer pad thing where you can write down your notes about a beer. Yeah. And then it auto-completes while your phone auto-corrects. So you're fighting two things while you're drunk trying to write about this beer.
That sounds not great at all.
It doesn't sound great at all. Sounds terrible. I gave it -3 stars.
Oof. Oof. But it's still better than Drizzle.
Yeah, still better than Drizzly. It doesn't
At least you can use it.
Yeah, beer pad I can use anywhere, but it's still trash. It's Untapped without the charm. And it makes a mess of the notes. Tavor has an app.
I knew that.
Yeah. Tavor gives us beer sometimes, so plus 10 stars.
I like that. That's a good system.
Download the Tavor app. I found one that was called, it's simply called Beer.
Wait,
That's how you have to say it.
beer?
Beer.
Wait, did it have an interrobang?
It does have an interrobang.
Really?
Yes.
How do you find it? Because I don't have that character.
Well, you don't have to make the full interrobang. It's just question mark, exclamation.
Oh, okay, so it's not a legitimate interrobang.
No, not
it's
the legitimate
the poor
interrobang.
man's interrobang.
Yes.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So
but yeah,
and a
that's the app.
blowy.
In Terra Handy. That sounds like actually you're trying to give somebody a handy to like get information
That's
out
some
of them.
Guantanamo Bay shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna jerk you off till you tell me where that cell is. Anyway, the app.
Yes.
Beer.
Beer?
It works simply like this. You and your friends all signed up for it, and then it automatically will just post beer with a question mark and an exclamation point, and then you click on their name, and it automatically sends it to that person.
So it's a text message
Yes.
app.
Yes.
So
The whole point of it is to just reduce it to 2 button touches to ask if you want to get a beer.
I don't. No, I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. I'm buying.
What a gimmicky piece of shit. -2 stars.
So I have questions on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you have any idea how many downloads this beer app has had?
Too many.
I agree.
I didn't see the number. I don't think it was in the millions,
I hope not.
but it was enough to garner a lot of reviews. So,
Were they mostly positive or mostly negative?
well, here's the bullshit thing about any marketplace anymore. Most reviews are going to be positive because they're bought.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. I've done the work before. I've been paid to write positive reviews.
For something you've never used, never seen, never
Yeah.
cared about.
Yes, in my poorest of days, I did that. I'll vouch for it. It exists. Don't trust reviews for the most part. But, I like to look at the negative reviews to find out
Yes.
like how
Yes.
negative. And
You got to get into the dirt.
Yeah, a lot of people were just bitching like it doesn't work. And then the developers actually did take the time like, "Oh, you have to get your friends on the app as well." It's like, well, what the fuck? Like I'm just like in that time.
Communication is a two-way street. You
Yeah.
need to communicate to somebody.
Yeah, you got to tell your friends to get the app as well. It's just ugh.
That's just dumb.
Yeah.
It's a fancy text message.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No,
-2
thank you.
stars. Didn't love it. All right. So I did find 2 apps I actually did like,
Okay.
and 2 apps that I'm not just shilling because it helps us.
All right.
One was Hop Plotter.
Hop plotter.
Hop Plotter. Yeah,
Okay.
You got it. It's essentially like a mapper for mapping trips to breweries.
Ah, okay. All right.
Yeah. And it'll let you set up like just simple day trips or full weekends or however long you're going.
Oh, okay.
It'll tell you when breweries open on what day.
Okay.
So like if you bring up a map and you click on a brewery, it'll tell you, the hours that it's open for that day.
Okay.
So you can kind of write down like, oh, I can get to, I can get to Allegheny City at 11 and start drinking there while I wait for Abjuration to open at 1.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can kind of make your plans that way.
That makes sense.
You can favorite breweries you've been to. You can put breweries that you want to go to on your list. They also put up like ratings from Untapped and Yelp.
Okay.
So you kind of get an idea of like how good the beer is, as well as just how good the venue is overall from Yelp.
Okay.
It'll also give you a list of all the beers that are there.
Gotcha.
Well, let me rephrase that. All the beers that have been on tap, sort of, like kind of the features.
Okay.
So that's not necessarily what's on tap at the time. Because like I was looking at Abjuration's site just to see, how well it worked. And, they had a lot of things that like Abjuration has had in the past.
Oh, okay.
But not necessarily on tap.
Okay. Is there any designation of, recent updates of this was updated in, say, October 30th,
Nah,
2018,
not really,
and everything
no.
like that?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
Well.
It all seems pretty accurate, though. It keeps,
Okay. Well, Hot Plotter, if you don't have that,
Yeah.
you should implement that and then pay us another $10,000 each for the advice.
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of liked it. I gave it 3 stars.
Yeah, especially if you're in a new town.
Right. That's what it's really for. Is
Yeah.
if you're traveling somewhere else that you don't know.
Right.
I didn't see much point in me using it in Pittsburgh because
You know where you want to go.
Right.
Yeah.
I know where I want to go. I know where I'm going. But yeah, if you're going somewhere new, check out Hop Plotter.
I can dig it.
And honestly, I think it's better to use as a desktop than a mobile app.
Okay.
Yeah. It just seems like easier to like kind of, what was it, like TripAdvisor or whatever, where you just make your own maps and you print them out and shit like that.
MapQuest?
MapQuest, thank you. Yeah, MapQuest.
Hello. We're currently in 2002.
Yeah, MapQuest. Final one I have, and this actually kind of calls back to segment 1 of this episode.
Yills.
I found an app called Pairwise.
Pairwise. All right.
Pairwise. Pairwise offers you pairings for beer.
Oh,
with
no
food.
shit.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
It takes a generalized approach to it of just taking styles,
Okay.
not necessarily specific beers. So
Okay.
you can't look up, what does, the Elysian Space Dust goes with. You just look up American IPAs.
Gotcha.
But
okay.
you can kind of reverse search it. You can have the beer that you're going to be drinking and look what food you want to pair with it,
Or.
put in the food that you're about to eat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's handy.
Yeah. So just for this episode, I looked up American brown ales, and it'll give you a whole list of stuff. Cheeses, it gave me Manchego,
Okay.
and then a bunch of other cheeses. Like
Yeah.
I think Baby Bell was in there as well. It gave me barbecue ribs as a entree. It even currently has like seasonal listing for Christmas.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice.
So it was saying like London broil and roast beef and gingerbread all go with American brown ale.
Okay.
Yeah. And obviously for like desserts, it was just chocolate everything.
Nice.
So like chocolate fudge, chocolate pudding, chocolate covered peanuts, Yeah.
I can dig it.
This app I actually liked, and it also has recipes on it.
Oh, for food that goes with beer or food that includes the beer?
For food that would go with the beer.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
like you can like make the recipe and then look up what goes with the recipe.
Okay.
Although it did seem like it's been a while since they put a recipe up. Yeah. So it might need a little updating there.
Yes. What was the name of it again?
Pairwise.
Pairwise. Hey, get at us. Give us sponsorship money.
Give us money. We talk nice about you. 4 stars.
But no, seriously, that does sound like a good app.
It's the only app I actually kept on my phone.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was like, I might actually be able to use this.
This one actually makes sense.
Yeah, this is the only one I kept. I was like, this is, the UI is a little silly, but
Now,
it's fine.
you can get past that.
It's fine. 4 stars.
Nice. Nice. No, that's pretty cool. I don't use apps that much.
Right.
I don't.
That's why I did the search. I was trying to figure out what what.
What's out there?
Yeah, what's out there?
What's good, what's bad?
What could I use? I saw one more. It was called iBrewmaster.
Okay.
And then it was originally an iPhone, and then I went looking for the Android version because it said iBrewmaster 2 was in development for Android, and then it took me to a website that said it was no longer going to be updated.
Oh.
So just use Brewer's Friend.
Oh, no.
So I give that app 3 stars because I like Brewer's Friend.
Wow. That's almost like a rating by proxy.
Pretty much. I mean, they at least directed me to where people should go.
True. At least they were honest about it. Like,
Yeah.
you go over there.
Hey, we fucked up. We're not doing this anymore. But hey, check out Brewer's Friend.
We're not open today.
Yeah. Or ever again.
Yeah, or ever again. No, I'll give them credit for that one.
Yeah.
Sweet.
3 stars. iBrewmaster 2, 3 stars. Because it directs you to Brewer's Friend.
So let's get back to this beer. The Shotgun Wedding by
4 stars.
Country Boy Brewing. No, it's a good beer. I like this beer. This is a good drinker.
Yeah, it really is. It's sweet, so again, it's more on the desserty side.
Right. And I'll admit, I had some high hopes on this beer to begin with. Simply because our friend Derek provided this beer to us, and Derek's got pretty good taste.
Yeah, Derek don't have shit taste, so he shouldn't have given us shit beer.
Right, and he didn't. He came
Right,
through.
No, he didn't. Totally didn't.
So kudos to Derek, kudos to Country Boy, and kudos to us.
Yeah,
because
we did good too.
Yeah.
We did good letting you know beer pad sucks.
And this beer is good.
Beer sucks.
Bees?
Bees?
Oh, shit. All right, what do you say we go to the podium?
Yes.
You go first.
So it's kind of, I don't know if I want to say ironic or shitty or what, but this week, the best brown ale is not the best brown ale. Maybe it's the best Bell's can do.
Ooh, well, that'll stank on that one.
I'm just saying, it's the best Bell's can do, but it's not the best everybody can do.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, bronze I'm going to give to the best brown ale. And I'm not saying it's bad.
No, all three of these beers were good tonight.
But it's not the best. 1 and 2 are kind of harder for me, actually. I think I'm going to give silver to the Country Boy, though. It's really good, but it's desserty. Mm-hmm. And so that narrows the scope of drinking.
Okay.
I think a little bit. We just went through like what the food pairings would be. Mm-hmm. And the sweetness of the vanilla, I don't see going with barbecue. I don't see going with London broil. I don't see going with roast beef.
Okay.
But it totally would go with gingerbread and chocolate pudding.
Yeah.
Totally goes with all that stuff. And cheeses, I don't know. I don't know how well it would go with Manchego or Baby Bell.
I don't know my cheeses.
I'm not a cheese dude.
I'm not a cheesemonger.
Yeah. So, yeah, that means gold is going to go to the Avery Ellie's Brown Ale. That beer, I think, would actually pair really well with all the food that we were talking about. Mm-hmm. Again, it's a little more mellow. It's not as toasty, so you don't necessarily get that campfire feel. But that you could drink it anytime, and it's an easy drinker, and they're all easy drinkers because they're all under 6%. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, they're all good.
Yeah.
Get them while you can.
If you can.
If you can. You can get Avery and Bell's everywhere.
Yeah, true.
You got to be in Tucky to get the Country Boy.
Yes. I'll jump in on this train. I believe I got to go with you on the bronze medal on the best brown ale from Bell's. Again, not a bad beer. I sung its praises in segment 1. It is a good beer. It definitely has the best bottle cap of the bunch.
It has the only bottle cap of the bunch.
Yeah, it may or may not have the only bottle cap. But it is a very nice bottle cap. I don't know if you saw this or not.
I've seen Bell's bottle caps before.
Yeah.
It's got an owl.
It's an owl. It's very nice. I like it. It goes well with the bottle. But no, it's not a bad beer, but unfortunately it kind of came up against a couple of other beers that just kind of some titans here in terms of taste. Taste titans.
Is that a new cooking show you're trying to pitch?
That's all right.
Are you trying to pitch to Brewdog TV Taste Titans?
Ooh, yeah.
Hey, Brewdog TV, we got ideas.
Yeah, get at us.
We told you this before last time, but we're serious this time.
Yeah. We're super serial. So I will agree with Steve on the best brown ale. Unfortunately, at this point, our paths will diverge. I am going to put the Ellie's Brown Ale in a very close second by Avery. These are two good beers. They are slightly different approaches, and I think at this point the only difference is preference. Steve prefers beers that kind of want to pair a little bit better, that aren't on the desserty side, whereas I do like beers that are kind of on the desserty side. So for that reason, we're going to put the Ellie's Brown Ale by Avery in a very close silver medal position. And we're going to put the Shotgun Wedding by Country Boy Brewing with those vanilla beans in the gold medal position. So, yeah, good beers all around, but some were just a little more gooder. Mm-hmm. So Country Boy gets the more gooder award for me.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, yeah. It doesn't matter because they're all good. So
right, yeah, not a loser in the bunch.
Yeah. I guess, like you said, it comes to personal preference, and for me, like brown ales, I don't necessarily always want desserty.
True.
I like my stouts fat and desserty.
yeah, there is a little bit of a bleed over on that.
Yeah,
because brown ales are kind of, I don't want to say they're forgotten.
Right.
But they're kind of just, they're not fancy. They don't jump out at you.
Yeah.
So.
And that's why I like them. Like, I like brown ales as brown ales because they're not fancy or jump out, and they just taste better to me than like lagers.
Right.
Like these are my Yingling replacements, is what they are.
That's fair. I understand that, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
If you're looking for these are kind of like good baseline beers.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, you don't want fancy, you don't want grass cutters, you just want a good solid beer.
Mm-hmm.
Go for a brown. And honestly, all three of these are in that category.
Yeah.
This kind of depends on, it comes down to preferences at that point.
Right on. If you want to find us on social media, all you have to do is search Hop Nation USA, and that'll get you Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. If you want to listen to brand new episodes of the Hop Nation USA podcast every Friday, as you should, search Hop Nation USA in your favorite podcatcher, like Stitcher, Podbean, Google Music Play, and Apple Podcasts. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star review because...
But wouldn't it be iTunes?
No, it's Apple Podcasts now.
Oh, it's Apple Podcasts now? Oh,
Yeah.
because
sorry,
we are...
Sorry, I didn't tell you about the Switch.
That's I don't pay attention.
I know.
Because we are a 6-star show, and they only let us use 5.
That's right. And that's a terrible, terrible crime, but not as big as crime as you not buying our t-shirts on TeePublic.
That is correct. They are quality shirts, quality designs.
Yes, all TeePublic things are quality because they have to be, or else they wouldn't be a business.
Right. Actually, I've bought shirts off of there before.
Yeah.
I bought one probably 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Still holding up just fine.
Yeah. It's the only reason why I stuck with them is because
Right.
somebody else vouched for having their products. So.
The only problem is, for some reason, it's shrinking and has nothing to do with the fact that I'm drinking beer and eating terrible foods.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the holiday season.
No, certainly not.
Right, Pudge.
Yeah. I'm so fat.
That's the thing. It's not fat, but it's Pudge.
Yeah. This is kind of like that, decision time.
Right.
What direction do I go? Do I go with size 32 pants or size 42 pants?
You'll never get up that. You're old, okay?
Yeah,
You're old. Like, by this time, you're not gonna balloon up.
I hope not.
Like
Unless something tragic happens.
Right, that's the thing. Like, something really fucked up has to happen to you to like change your life to
Right.
make you get fat.
Yeah, we're on that status quo line now.
Exactly. you're on maintenance till 50.
Yeah.
50 is when you might get fat.
And at that point, I don't care.
Yeah, right. Because you're 50.
Right.
Dick don't work. Things.
Propped up with toothpicks.
Yeah, it's like, nah. Dick don't work. Foot feels weird.
But I'm 8 years from retirement.
Yeah. Shit don't matter.
Foot feels weird. Foot feels weird. It's going to rain.
Yeah. Dog growled at me. It's being a jag.
All right. I got nothing else.
We'll be back next week with episode 88. And guess what? We will be on location with the Lincoln Avenue Brewery.
Yes.
A brewery yet to open in Pittsburgh.
It's a pre-brewery.
A brewery.
Gross.
Brewery.
All right, Hop Nation. We'll see you next week.